appreciative of the response people are giving, and you know, people will say,
"What are you, class 3 sexual predator?"
Tier 1.
What's tier 1's the highest and worst?
People say that he lost $50 million. No, that's not even close to what happened to this dude.
True.
sometimes she do bring food.
So she brings food to the set?
But me personally, for me, her...
The drama surrounding Bryshere Gray doesn't begin with headlines or court filings. It begins with a question, one that lingers uncomfortably in the air. What really happens behind the velvet ropes of Hollywood? And who pays the price when ambition collides with power? For years, the entertainment industry has carried whispers like a second heartbeat.
What's going on? Why is Dave Chappelle going to Africa? Why does Mariah Carey make $100?
No, I'm the lowest. You're child's play.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
Saw what Charlie Mack and them were doing. He knew they were taking those young boys to Diddy.
Rumors about gatekeepers. Stories about mentorships that cost more than they promise. And when the Epstein scandal cracked open a door many thought would stay sealed forever, people started looking beyond the usual names. It wasn't just moguls and music icons under scrutiny anymore. The conversation widened, darkened, and somewhere in that widening shadow, Bryshere Gray's name began surfacing again. Bryshere wasn't supposed to be a cautionary tale. He was the dream. A young actor and rapper who went from performing at high schools with his mother driving him across state lines to starring on one of the biggest shows on television.
$100 million deal and taking clothes off on TRL. A weak person cannot get.
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question.
I'm sorry.
Empire didn't just give him exposure, it gave him identity. He was Hakeem Lion, talented, magnetic, rising fast. The industry loves that kind of story. The meteoric rise. The raw hunger turned polished success. But success in Hollywood has layers. And sometimes, those layers suffocate. As Empire soared, something else was shifting behind the scenes. Those close to the production, Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson among them, reportedly noticed changes. Subtle at first, then harder to ignore. There were whispers that Bryshere needed help, that the pressure was mounting. But pressure alone doesn't explain everything. It never does. Because woven into his story are powerful names and complicated alliances. Will Smith.
To sit here and talk to you. Ain't no weak people talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood?
Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes.
Diddy, Charlie Mack. Mentorships that sounded like golden opportunities. Doors opening to rooms most young actors could only imagine entering. To an outsider, it looked like a fast track to greatness. But mentorship in Hollywood has always carried dual meanings. For some, it's guidance. For others, it's leverage. Jaguar Wright has long claimed that the industry doesn't just elevate talent, it tests it. That young performers are often isolated, their circles reshaped, their protectors.
These people are not crazy, they're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
But you're incredibly smart. You remember the devil is somebody knows
what?
The devil's brilliant. You read
Edged out. According to her, Bryshere's world slowly narrowed. His mother, Andrea, who once managed and developed him, eventually stepped back as bigger names stepped in. And when narratives about his mental health began circulating, the story felt almost too convenient for some observers. Then there are the broader industry echoes. Dave Chappelle walking away from $50 million rather than compromise his sense of self.
Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy is dismiss.
And until you understand what happened to the dude, you don't understand what happened. Like, no.
Cat Williams openly recounting uncomfortable encounters with Harvey Weinstein. Wendy Williams speaking on rumors that allegedly cost her professionally. Each story different, each tone distinct, but all circling the same idea. Hollywood demands something, and not everyone is willing to pay. By the time Empire unraveled following the Jussie Smollett scandal, Bryshere's foundation seemed to unravel with it. The show that launched him into stardom ended abruptly, and the future he may have envisioned evaporated almost overnight. Some argue he was already struggling before fame found him. Others insist the real turning point came after his associations with certain power players dissolved. The timing, they say, isn't random. Taraji P. Henson's reflections add another emotional layer. She has spoken openly about how the industry can pit people against one another, how labels stick faster than truth. On set, she treated Bryshere like family, bringing him meals, offering advice, creating a safe space where she could. But even she has acknowledged how little control actors sometimes have once larger forces decide the narrative. When contracts, managers, and public perception lock in, even the most genuine support can feel powerless. And that's the heart of this story.
I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit.
No, not they offered him 50 million and he turned it down. Who gonna turn down 50 million? Now
Not just scandal, not just conspiracy, but control. Who controls the image? Who controls the access? Who controls the fall? The Epstein files reignited public suspicion, making it harder for audiences to dismiss uncomfortable claims outright. The idea that rising stars could be manipulated or traded for influence no longer sounds like pure fiction to many. Whether every allegation is true or not, the erosion of trust is undeniable. The public has seen too much to believe in spotless facades. So where does that leave Bryshere Gray? For
Newsweek, it's a very credible magazine. And they're saying
makes mac and cheese, 3 cheese mac and cheese, and brings it to set. Is that
some, he's a troubled young man who couldn't handle fame. For others, he's a symbol of something far more unsettling. A system that builds you up just high enough to ensure the fall is devastating. Hollywood has always thrived on illusion. The red carpets, the awards.
And the higher up I go, for some reason,
Meatloaf is the best.
she brings meatloaf to set?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
what else? Wait.
The carefully crafted interviews. But beneath the polish are real people with real vulnerabilities, navigating a machine that rarely slows down for anyone. When someone spirals, the easiest explanation is instability. The harder question is environment. And that's the question.
Newsweek, I was very surprised that this was happening.
So, learn from Taraji and Terrence, and they're the best in the game, so
Yeah.
you know, it's improving my acting skills as well.
Question hanging over all of this. Was Bryshere simply overwhelmed by sudden fame? Or did he step into a world where the price of admission was far steeper than anyone admitted out loud? The industry may never fully answer that, but audiences are watching differently now, listening differently, connecting dots they once ignored. What do you believe happened behind the scenes?
You know, maybe I smoked crack, and it was all innuendo, and the magazine is credible as
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times.
So she's like the real mom on set.
She's like a real mother, you know, it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Do you think Hollywood protects its own or protects its secrets? Share your thoughts below. And if you want more deep dives into the stories shaping entertainment's hidden side, make sure to like and subscribe. The conversation is only getting louder.